everyone. You're very welcome to this University of Galway LLM General and LLM International Comparative Business Law. My name is Niall. I'm part of the Global Galway team. And in a moment, I'll introduce you to my colleagues and allow my colleagues to introduce themselves. So just before we begin, one or two things to note. We do hope this is an interactive session. So if you do have any questions, please write your screen. We'll do our best to answer them during the session. This session is also being recorded, so if there's anything you missed or like to look back on at a later date, you can do so on the ambassador. First off, I'd like to pass you to my colleague Maria Ryan from the School of Law. She'll introduce you. Thank you, Maria.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining the webinar today. I'm Maria. I am the Marketing and Student Recruitment Officer at the School of Law, and today we will be discussing two programs, the LLM International and Comparative Business Law. We are joined on the call by the Program Director, Csongor Nagy, and we will be discussing the LLM General, and we are joined on the call by the Program Director, Larry Donnelly. So I will go through a brief overview of the School of Law, and then I'll pass over to each of the program directors to discuss each of their programs in a bit more detail. So starting off, I will just pass over to Csongor first for a brief introduction.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Csongor Nagy, and I'm professor in commercial law at the University of Galway and in charge of the LLM in International and Comparative Business Law.
Great, and we will hear more from you later on your program. And Larry, are you able to provide a brief intro? We are just having some slight sound issues with Larry's mic, so we can hopefully pick that up later. But just looking at choosing law at University of Galway. So there is a lot of history esteemed in our teaching. We have been teaching law since 1849, yet we aim to deliver an innovative legal education in a dynamic school that is dedicated to impactful and high quality legal research. We have some awards and esteemed rankings. We were the winner of Law School of the Year in 2024. And within the QS World University Rankings, we are 4th in Ireland, and we are within the top 200 law schools. I will hand over to Csongor to discuss the LLM International and Comparative Business Law and provide you with a little bit more detail about what to expect from the program.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to present our LLM in International and Comparative Business Law. This program offers a dynamic and practice-oriented learning environment which blends rigorous legal study and real-world application. We have a nice placement program, which is an integral part of the program. The LLM is ideal for law graduates, legal professionals, and those interested in the international business environment who want to deepen their knowledge of comparative and global legal frameworks. And if you're motivated by complex international legal challenges and seek a career in multinational corporations, law firms, or regulatory bodies, then I believe the LLM is the right choice for you. The program develops core skills in legal analysis, negotiation, cross-border regulatory understanding, and strategic thinking qualities highly valued by employers navigating complex legal markets. Students are able to benefit from Ireland's unique position as the European Union's only English-speaking jurisdiction and also its only common law jurisdiction. The LLM has some unique features. First of all, it has specialized modules which provide in-depth insights into international trade law, dispute settlement, dispute resolution, intellectual property, corporate governance, international civil litigation, taxation, and we also have an interdisciplinary module on economy, on corporate economics or the economics of corporate transactions. The program is highly practice-based. It involves real-world case studies, legal tech tools, and simulations, which help to develop practical skills in digital law. The module, the course offers various modules. I just picked a few for you, and would like to share a few thoughts concerning these modules. We have a module on the law and economics of corporate transactions, as I mentioned. This interdisciplinary module integrates law, finance, and microeconomic theory into a single toolkit for evaluating how legal structures drive value in corporate transactions. We also have a general sort of traditional international business transactions module, which adopts a transactional approach to international business law, focusing on contract drafting and negotiation strategies, which I believe makes this module quite unique. And we also offer an advanced intellectual property law module, which is, again, an interdisciplinary module critically examining the global impact of intellectual property laws. And at the same time, this module also explores the legal, economic, and political influence of international organizations in this field. The LLM has very strong links to real world. As I already mentioned, it has a very successful placement program and offers placement opportunities through strong industry partnerships and powerful professional networks. We also organize field trips to leading law firms and consulting firms. And we also have a public lecture guest lecture program, which accommodates and hosts top practitioners and internationally recognized academics, offering extracurricular activities to the students. And we also have, and I believe that's a very important feature of the LLM. We also regularly participate in the Vienna Moot Court, and we have a team, and we have funding to support that team and the participation of that team. Participating in this moot court offers a lot of opportunities to experience, and also opportunities to develop skills. It offers opportunities to argue complex international commercial disputes in a realistic arbitration setting, developing refined advocacy, research, and drafting skills, teamwork, and the members of the team can compete with universities from around the world in the final rounds in Vienna, Austria. And I also have to mention that a good moot court competition offers a lot of practical experience to students, which can be acquired probably only in these settings.
That's great. Thank you for providing that detail, Csongor. And we also have one of our current students from the program who has provided a video testimonial on why she chose the program and the course. So I will play this briefly.
My name is Eva Kuhn Ojo, and I'm studying the LLM in International and Comparative Business Law. I picked this degree program because it just really stood out to me. The modules that it has and the materials just aligned with what I want to do in the future, which is to be a corporate solicitor, so it just seemed like the right decision. I studied my undergrad degree program at University of Galway. I chose University of Galway originally because I just kind of loved the city. I just love the warm, welcoming vibe of the city. There's a lot of support for students. The academics are really lovely. My lecturers were always there to answer questions. There's also the academic writing centers. There's so many different offices and so many different facilities available. And there's so many different things as well, like there's societies and different clubs you can join as well. That's the why behind my postgraduate degree program.
So as you can see from one of our current students, there are an array of reasons why she not only picked the program, but the university. So we will move on to our next program that we'll be discussing, which will be the LLM General. Would I be passing over to Larry?
Hi, Maria. We're just still working on the background. So hopefully that'll be resolved in a couple of minutes if you wanted to just continue.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. I can provide a brief introduction. So, the LLM General within the School of Law is a very unique program as it really offers students the freedom to design their own legal specialization while you're also gaining that global perspective. So, if you want to practice a legal career in Ireland or internationally, or if you're interested in policy work, or if it's a bridge to your PhD, the LLM really does provide that flexibility, expertise, and critical insights to take your career exactly where you want to go. So we do advise this LLM program is ideal for those legal professionals or law graduates who are seeking that flexible and customizable path to advancing your legal training. So the program, like all of our programs, really aim to develop your core skills. So there's an emphasis on legal analysis, negotiation, cross-border regulatory understanding, and strategic thinking, which are all high valued qualities by employers who are navigating complex markets. So, looking at some of the unique features of the LLM program, as mentioned, students have the ability to design your own legal path. So, there are a wide array of optional modules to choose from, which will shape your LLM program. And this can be done to match your personal and professional goals. And there's also interdisciplinary opportunities. So, you can study subjects such as human rights, technology, environmental law, and business. So it really is about you defining your own legal path. Then looking at the global and comparative perspective of the course. So not only do you engage with national legal frameworks, you also look at international legal frameworks and how law operates across multiple jurisdictions. So you're gaining that legal research and writing skills, which again are valued by law firms, NGOs, and public bodies worldwide. All of our teaching is research led. So you'll learn from internationally recognized legal academics who are globally informed. Research directly shapes course content and classroom discussions. A lot of our faculty are completing ongoing research. They're publishing articles, books. So you really are learning from leaders within the field. And looking at some of the modules. So one of the first modules we will take a look at is advanced legal methods and research. So this module provides you with the opportunity to hone the advanced legal research, writing, speaking, and critical thinking skills through a series of progressively more involved exercises. So these again are the skills that a wide range of employers in law practice, academia, government service, and non-governmental sector and more desire most in LLM graduates. And I think something that's really important to note is that we're constantly looking to build the employability of our graduates so that when you do graduate that you have really honed in all of these skills. And looking at a second module, we have advocacy, activism, and public interest law. So the School of Law at University of Galway is known historically for its long-standing commitment to teaching human rights law. We also have the Irish Centre for Human Rights on campus, which again is a really immersive experience. And this really instills in its graduates an awareness of their special responsibility to stand for social justice in their legal careers. So what this module does is it really underpins this mission in which students are introduced to the fundamental principles of public interest law. And then you also hear from guest speakers who are active in the field. So prior to completing an innovative assessment related to topics and issues they have focused upon. So again, this module is really immersive for our students. And again, just looking at, I suppose, the unique course opportunities of the LLM program. It really is ideal for students with a wide breadth of interest. So if you're not particularly too sure which area of law you want to specialize in, there are a whole suite of modules for you to choose from. And again, there is that interdisciplinary aspect to the LLM General where you are really tailoring your legal career. And furthermore, having completed a year of diverse modules, you can then complete a minor thesis in an area of law that you have learned about from leading experts and have acquired a definitive interest in, because this really is, as mentioned, your LLM program and tailoring it towards you and your interests and where you want to take your legal career. Also in the LLM General's sole required module is Advanced Legal Methods and Research. So students will hear from recent graduates of the program who offer their invaluable insights on completing assignments, essays, and the minor thesis. And it is often cited as one of the most useful seminars of the year. So you're really getting that insight into how best to approach the program, what I suppose tips as well. And it's also really good to see students who have gone through the same process that you may be going through yourself. And then looking at one of our student testimonials, they had said that it was a brilliant experience that really opened them up to a world of practical knowledge and opportunities. And they really liked the structure of the general stream because it allowed them to try everything and get a feel for many of the branches of law. And I think that that's definitely the most unique selling point of this LLM General. It's really that you have the power to define where you want your legal career to go with a whole array of modules based on your interests or where you want your career to end up. So looking at admissions and entry requirements, Niall will pop in the relevant links to our website, which will have the general information about admissions and entry requirements for the programs. However, if you do have any specific questions relating to your own application, please email lawpostgrad@universityofgalway.ie where we will be happy to answer any questions relating to specific applications. And then looking at Galway and the positioning of the campus. So something that's really important to consider when you are considering your LLM program is where you will be studying. And luckily for us, Galway is a very friendly and charming city, and it was ranked first in Europe for student friendliness in 2024, and it really is positioned uniquely in Ireland. It's on the edge of the Atlantic and it's along the Wild Atlantic Way, and it's a real cultural and intellectual hub for our university students. As you can see, there's an international arts festival, there's lots of food, film and drama festivals. We are also very close to some of Ireland's historic landmarks as well. So it really is an immersive experience, and I think that that's also an important thing to consider when you are considering your LLM program, particularly if you are an international student. And the campus is based in the heart of Galway city centre. So as you can see, the campus is to the right, and Galway city centre is approximately a 10-minute walk from campus, which is really great for international students as they find it a very student-friendly city and walkable campus. So you really are in the heart of Galway city centre. And looking at our student body, we are currently represented by over 27 nationalities, which really makes for a diverse and inclusive learning environment. And looking at some of our postgraduate taught awards, so there is one up to 50% off tuition fee scholarship for one student within the School of Law. There's also a Government of Ireland International Education Scholarship, which is a prestigious scholarship for non-EU and non-EEA students in Ireland. And there are over 60 places awarded across all Irish higher education institutions each year. And why we say to get your application in soon is because the closing date for this is actually in March 2026. So we always say that if you do have an interest in a program, it's best to apply as soon as possible so you have access to as much information and resources as soon as possible. And then looking on screen, that is the email address that I have quoted earlier. It is also definitely worth visiting our university website. We have recently updated all of our postgraduate program pages, so you will get up-to-date information and more of an insight as well into what to expect from the modules, the faculty that will be teaching your program, and any other news alongside student testimonials. So if you do have any questions, you can pop them into the chat now and we will happily answer those. And just to reiterate, if there are anything specific that you don't feel comfortable sharing in the group chat, you can pop an email to lawpostgraduate@universityofgalway.ie.
Thanks, Maria. I might just come in here while we wait for possible questions to come up. And again, apologies for the sound issue. Just in terms of the students, I know you mentioned 27 countries. Could you give an example, one of the speakers, just in terms of where they've actually come from? Because we know that we have an audience for Global Galway all around the world, and they're quite interested to see if people from their own country have joined the program.
Yeah, of course. So we have students from an array of countries. So some of them are from the EU, and then others are from America, Canada, Australia, Hong Kong, loads of other different places. So it really does make for that diverse and inclusive environment with our students. And also there are for our international students who arrive on campus, there are also events set up where you will be connected with other international students as a way to make friends at the beginning. So it really does impact your university experience.
Sounds great. And just in terms of the first speaker then, what are I know you mentioned about the possibilities, but could you give an example of where some of your previous students have gone on to work and even further study afterwards?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the list is quite long. So some of them continued working or continued their professional career in Ireland, Dublin. Some others in Luxembourg, Thailand. So all over the world, I have to say.
Excellent, great to hear. And in terms of the university itself, maybe back to Maria, do we have any famous alumni? I know it's something that comes up quite a lot, that have gone through the School of Law. Anyone in particular of Irish importance?
Yeah, actually, the current president of Ireland is a previous graduate from the School of Law. So I think that's definitely a good accolade to have and representation within Ireland.
Excellent, great to hear. I don't think any further questions have come in, but as Maria mentioned, that there you can email further at a later date if you have any questions, and there's always the possibility to rewatch this again on the Ambassador platform. So we will close there. So just to say thank you to all the speakers, and we hope to see those watching in Galway in September. Okay, take care for now, everyone. Bye.
Great. Thank